Why, hello everyone, good day and welcome back. Who's ready to continue our story mode run of the Shadow of Mhach? The raid series, remember? The raid we're doing? By the way, if you hear any, what sound like loud jet engines kind of roaring past in my voice audio, that's just the air show that I asked the city to hold today during my recording so that they could provide the proper Sky Pirate ambiance. And they were kind enough to oblige. So, yeah, hopefully we'll avoid all that, but we'll find out. We'll see how it goes. I better get this quest going. We got a bunch of people waiting to join me for a big raid run. Stasia appears to be in need of your assistance. Derman, I was just about to fly out to Ishgard and track you down. You remember Ketchi, that Mhachi familiar? We've been working with him on a plan to find Diablos and the Queen's coffin. There have been void-sent sightings from pirates all over, so we know that bat-winged buggers hide in someplace in the sky. We just don't know exactly where. And as for going about pinpointing the location, Leoford and the feline are bickering over just exactly how. That's where you come in. If you've a spare moment or two, we could use a third opinion to break the stalemate. Besides all that, Leoford's eager to have another hand to help in the search, so come on over to the Perrick as soon as you're able. You know the way from here, don't you? That I do. Sorry, getting in those sips of tea, 'cause I need them. By the way, now that there's slightly more light here, I've changed style up a little bit. Slightly modified. We're keeping the hat, because the hat's perfect. But I figured let's get a little closer to matching the style of our compatriots here. A little bit more like black and red with our Sky Pirate theme. I like it. Okay. Let us go attend the meeting. How'd you get here before me? Here, quick. Thanks for coming. The captain and the cat are inside, still having their discussion. Talk to Leoford, will you, before I strangle the both of them? You got it. Happy to help. Still a nice room. And how are we doing?
Ah, Derman, a rational mind such as yours is most welcome. Pray reason with this wing-addled brigand.
Or wind-addled? Either one. Brigand, how are you feeling? If you're here to ask about the Queen's coffin, then you best turn around and walk straight out again. This aggravating furball's turned my mood sour as month-old outgoat milk. Leoford, Derman's come all this way to help us, at your request, I might add. He deserves to hear where we stand on the search at least. She's right, you know. The search is giving me ulcers, is what it is. By all reports, Diablos is lurking somewhere in the heavens, building up his forces, but the sky is a vast dome, as high as the ocean is deep, and we've not the pirates to scour every damn floating rock. That's when I tried my luck with Rodlia. You remember her, don't you? Captain of the Talons, blonde hair, one eye, stole our bloody compass. Well, I've been eavesdropping with that link pearl I slipped into the casing, hoping to catch something useful. But all I've heard from her and her sorry crew is snoring, grumbling, and japes about the Archbishop's holy nethers. In the end, it seems we've no choice but to do this the hard way. But a certain mule in annoyance refuses to acknowledge the truth of it. I don't think I said it last time, but for folks who've not played Final Fantasy VII, Ketchi is a Final Fantasy VII character. Being repurposed here in a completely different context, but it is a black and white cat, what talks, with the name Ketchi. So, pretty explicit reference.
You cannot possibly hope to investigate the entire sky with this meager handful of ne'er-do-wells. I find my suggestion to seek aid from your fellow pirate gangs a perfectly reasonable one under the circumstances.
A lot of planes outside. Ah, stow it, you mangy alley cat. You've not the faintest idea of how Sky Pirates operate. Best case scenario, we'd be locked into a deal to hand over any treasure we find, and that's assuming we weren't laughed out of the room to begin with.
You cannot assume that every man and woman shares your base morality. If we but made the attempt, I'm sure we could convince some of the nobility of our cause.
And so it goes round and round. Knowing pirates as I do, I find myself siding with the captain on this. But what of you, Derman? Any thoughts on the matter? We should handle this ourselves. We should seek aid from other crews, or keep our silence. I don't think it's going to work very well, but maybe if there's other crews aside from the Talons, we could ask. What? You're siding with the furball? I'd have thought you'd have learned a thing or two about sky pirates by now. However we tackle things, though, we have a long road ahead of us. I'll see if I can't think of a better way to shorten it. You might as well head back to your adventure, Dermans, unless you're willing to lend us your experience in another matter, that is. Utada, our chief engineer, has been mumbling about the Void Ark and cursing under her breath for days. Might be as you can provide some insight into her dilemma.
She's conducting her research in the Sea of Clouds, yes? Well, I should rather discuss the properties of the Void Ark than continue with this fruitless debate. I shall see you down there, Derman.
Sounds good. I would not mind an opportunity to hang. Let's go speak with Utada in the wherever that is. Yes. This is looking about right. Yes. Here we are. Coming in for a landing. Perfect. Hello, everyone.
While waiting for word on Diabolos, I've been spending my time learning to pilot the Red Bill's little airships. Thankfully, it seems I've mastered enough of the basics to manage this little jaunt. Mayhap I could make contact with some other pirates without Leoford's mediation. But let's first discuss Mistress Utata's woes, shall we?
Ah. An airplane. It's only going to get louder once the Blue Angels get started. Cool tradition. You look distraught.
What troubles you, Mistress Utada? We were told that some matter regarding the Void Ark was causing you no small measure of grief.
Oh dear.
Mistress Utada, what are you... Oh God.
Cats have that effect on some people.
I feel so much better now. My apologies, Ketchi. You had the misfortune to enter my field of view just as I felt the intense desire to squeeze something warm and furry. It's this damnable ectocompass. I made another one, you see, identical in all respects to the first compass that Rodlia stole. But look, it points in a completely different direction to where the Void Ark should currently be. I don't understand what I did wrong. I used the same plans, the same parts. I can imagine that would be infuriating. And you're certain there are no flaws in the design or the materials? Positive. I've tweaked and adjusted and replaced every single piece, but it refuses to function as intended. I'm on the verge of tossing the blasted thing over the edge. What do you make of this, Derman?
I know I'm a machinist, but I actually don't know a single thing about anything. I haven't the slightest idea. All the gadgets are for show. I mostly just shoot the gun.
If you are unable to detect any defects with the compass, then it is unlikely that Derman or I could do so either. Mayhap we should consider this dilemma from a broader perspective. Might you explain to us the principle by which the ectocompass tracks the Void Ark? It all comes down to etheric signature. I discovered that the Void Ark is encompassed by an energy of rather peculiar composition, so I simply tuned the compass to follow its unique trail. An energy of peculiar composition, you say? Of course. The Ark was propelled by the siphoned energies of Void Scent. Could it be that the compass was tracking not the vessel itself, but the ether of the entities imprisoned within? That would certainly explain why the compass now points in a different direction than one would expect. After all, Diabolos and the Shadow Queen are no longer on board the Ark. Are you implying that if we plotted a course based on the readings from the ectocompass, we would arrive on the demon's doorstep, so to speak? Just so, Mistress Utada. Assuming my theory is correct, we no longer require outside assistance to pursue our elusive quarry.
You did it! I think you've earned another cat hug if you want it. Ask permission this time.
Oh, Stasia!
What perfect timing. You won't believe the wonderful discovery that we've just...
Talon airships have been spotted en route to our nest. If it's revenge they're looking for, we best head back and make ready for them.
Oh dear. Okay. To the ships! I really like this place. I wish it was accessible outside of this raid series. It's so cool looking. I'd love to be able to just come here whenever. So, how's it going? Truce, Red Bill. We need your help to save Captain Rodlia. That's not what I expected. You're one of Rodlia's favorites. You threatened my crew, steal our compass, and now you come crawling to me for help. What kind of unholy mess have you cretins stumbled into? Aye, we took your damned compass, but it didn't show us to the ghost ship. We ended up on some moldy old ruins, lousy with void scent. Before we knew it, some sort of spider demon was knocking our ships out of the sky. The two of us managed to pull away, but we saw what happened to them as we got caught on the ground. If the captain survived the massacre, she's stuck there with no wings to fly out again.
Why don't you give that link pearl a listen, Captain? Might be as we can learn if Rodlia is alive or dead, at least.
Ugh, so much buzzing. Can't hear a blasted... Wait, I'm getting some words. They're after Mhach artifact. Damn demons are searching. Hide. And then a bunch of screaming. Seems Rodley is still kicking for now, but who knows for how long. If those screams were an act, then consider me fooled. I don't think the Talons are laying a trap here. I've half a mind to leave Rodlia to her fate, but I'd never turn my back on an adventure. Especially when the scent of treasure's in the air, huh? Now tell me where you found these ruins. You'll help us then. You're a good man, Red Bill. We left the captain in the Yafaim Saltmoor, just northwest of Mordona.
In Yafaim, you say? Then you must speak of the ruined shell of Mhach itself. By Shatoto's Black Heart, could they be after the Nullstone?
What's that, Puss? You think you know what those fiends are after? Shatoto is also kind of a half reference, by the way, for Final Fantasy XI fans. It's not quite exactly the same name, but pretty close. Especially for a people of a black mage kingdom. Right. Utada see that these talons are patched up, then have the, Remy? I have no idea. Remy, ready to fly. And don't spare the oil. You know I love to hear it purr. Ramil? Something like that? Dermot, Stasia, bring the furball to my quarters and we'll have ourselves a chat about our impending trip to Old Mhach.
Okay.
All right then. I'll head on in. I would chat with everyone, but lots of kind folks are waiting. It's a nice place. Man, if Dantalis was able to have, like, housing in a locale like this, that'd be pretty rad. It's a little sky island. Okay. Plans. All right, Furball, let's hear about this artifact that Diablos is looking for.
If I'm to speak of the Nullstone, then I must first explain the method by which Mhachi sorcerers would bind the Void Scent into service. The more powerful the Void Scent, the more difficult it is to manifest its presence in this world. Their own immense strength weighs them down like an anchor, you see, preventing them from breaking the surface of our dimension. And that is why they cooperate with mortal sorcerers. A mage can provide a suitable vessel for the summoning, or rip a large enough hole in the fabric of reality for the entity itself to step through.
And let me guess, the mage forces the Void Scent to agree to a pact in return for the invitation into our world?
That is correct, but it would be foolhardy to expect such devious and malevolent creatures to abide by the spirit of even the most carefully worded contract. Thus did the Mhachi Magi construct an occult device that would more securely bind the Void Scent to their will, a safeguard of sorts, that to the best of my knowledge yet lies entombed within the remains of the ancient city. The Nullstone was seen as a last resort. Should a Void Scent break its pact and turn on its summoner, the mage could use the relic to disperse the very essence of even the most potent entity, obliterating it completely.
I can't see the Royals of the Void taking too kindly to a threat like that. Seems those sorcerers were just as ruthless as the monsters they summoned.
When it came to the glory of Mhach, the ends justified the means. In any event, we can be certain that Diablo seeks to secure the Nullstone before it falls into mortal hands, and thereby ensure that Skaha will reign unopposed.
All right, so we know what the fiends are after. But what I don't understand is why such a valuable relic was left behind when the mages knew a colossal flood was on the way.
Its value was the very reason they chose not to risk its relocation. The Nullstone is kept within a structure constructed for the purpose, secured behind powerful wards and protected by deadly guardians. And with the rising of the waters, they reasoned that the artifact would be sunk along with the city, far beyond the reach of vengeful Void Scent.
By now, that Yafim is more swamp than sea. The demons only have the wards and the guardians to deal with. And I doubt they'd be wasting their time down there in the mud if they didn't have some trick to break through the wards. This has become a race to see who can nab the treasure first, which is just the sort of contest a sky pirate lives for. So we slip into the ruins, pinch the relic, and then rescue Rodlia right from under the fiend's noses. Well, I suppose we could save her while we're poking around for loot. I'll grab the new compass from Utada so we know where we're going. Check your weapons, pack your small clothes, and meet me out by the landing when you're ready to fly. Sounds like we're about ready to get started. We'll fly directly to Yafim from here. Once we arrive, you forge ahead with your band of adventurers as you did on the Ark. Just keep slicing into the depths till you reach that Nullstone. I don't want to risk getting knocked out of the sky like the Talons, so we best land a little ways out from the ruins and head in on foot. The Furball says he knows the place well enough to guide you, so me and the Red Bills will follow behind on rescue duty. You concentrate on smashing a path through the artifact. We'll check the nooks and crannies for Rodley and her crew. You know the jet engines do add a little certain something. To this setting, anyway. Don't let your guard down once you reach the ruins, though, huh? There's likely golems and such in there what are worse than the fiends outside, and we wouldn't want our hero losing his head now, would we? I wouldn't want that at all. All right, it's unlocked. Let me join up with our team. All right, there we go. Got ourselves in with the team, and we are ready to begin. Let's see, the Weeping City of Mhach. Deep in the Yafim Saltmoor lie the ruins of the fabled city of Mhach, a civilization of the 5th Astral Era whose prosperity was built upon unparalleled magics of destruction. It is to this ancient edifice and its vaults of occult secrets that you and the Red Bills plan your next foray. You expect to encounter Void Scent, the same terrible beings that grounded Rodley and her crew, but on your path to retrieve a relic of incalculable power, can you prevail over the unfettered miseries of the Weeping City itself? I do hope so. Let's get in there. Welcome to the Weeping City of Mhach, everyone. I should warn you, this one is much more challenging than the last. Oh dear. Get psyched, everyone. We've got planes outside for even more excitement. Hooray!
My dear Yafheim, what a wretched morass this has become.
Yes. By the way, I think off in the distance we should be able to see at some point, somewhere, one of our future bosses in this encounter waiting for us. I'll keep an eye out. But yes, this raid is much more challenging. Mostly because there are some mechanics on several of the bosses that can insta-kill pretty easily if you don't know how to dodge them. And I have prepared, hopefully well enough. But for now, let's just get ourselves through the swamps. There we are, and you're down. Okay, forward. Imposing though these are, they are still just standard enemies. You know, that is one nice other little bonus of doing these raids standard instead of unsyncing them. We are getting to hear more of their music, which is lovely. But now I think we are arriving at the first boss.
Do you spy that wreckage up ahead? Could it be one of the Talons' downed vessels?
Yes, indeed. And now I think clouds have kicked in just when we could have potentially seen a future boss. That's okay. No spoilers. Gaha! There were more of you blood-filled morsels. How well I will sup this day. So, here's our first fight. Arachne Eve. Kind of a Final Fantasy IV, I want to say, reference, though I think Arachnes have shown up in quite a few Final Fantasy games. I want to say 4 is the first one, though. Yep. Look out for that. Quite a few mechanics to watch out for with this one. You see those little red markers? They need to carry those well outside of the group, because that's going to drop some sticky webbing, which is going to slow us down and damage us. So we don't want to be standing in that yet. And now she crawls underneath, and there's a cascading danger puddle that you want to, like, let one pass and then move to the next, and then you just want to run away from this one, because that's a proximity damage thing. The further you are away from it, the less damage it'll do. And if you're right there underneath there, you'll probably die. Here's some more of those tethering. Yep, you can see the tethers there happening from the goo puddles. Easy enough to manage. But so far, so good. Nasty little insects. You will not scurry so within my web. And now we've been moved up to a web. You don't want to stand on the green will hurt. Not strong enough, not strong enough. I must feed on more flesh. So now there will be a variety of orbs that we want to intercept. We can keep on attacking her, but our bigger priority should be these blue orbs. They'll make her stronger if they get in close enough to her. So we want to stand in their way and just eat some of the damage there. It'll be fine. There'll be some purple orbs as well, which are ads we need to take out, and that's fine as well. There'll be one particular ad, this one, the Spitting Spider. Killing it dropped a little acid pool that made a hole in the web, which allows you to drop down and take out the web maiden and these key knots here, which we can use to destroy the web and bring the boss back downstairs so we can continue the fight. You see how much more interesting raid mechanics are starting to get? The gimmicks are fun. Almost got it. Done. See what you've done, my poor web's in tatters. Now there will be, I don't remember the name of the particular move we need to watch out for here, but there will be one particularly scary. I'm going to get tethered. Oh no. I've been tethered. There we go. Free. Oh, cascades. So long as you're not standing in the danger puddle, when it disappears, you're safe. What was the big scary move called? I guess it won't happen until there's some webbings around like that. So now we got webbings. Good. Widow's Kiss is what it's called, that's right. I wrote down notes. It's essential. Ah! Stack marker. Stack up, everyone. Very good. Oh, the visual spam should be watch out for that, don't look at it. The visual noise should be considerably reduced. I did not realize that I'd reduced the spell effect stuff for people in my party, but people who are in my alliance, these other two parties in this group, don't count in that qualification, so we were seeing all of their nonsense. I turned that off too, or I lessened it, so now it's all much more visually clear, which is nice. All right, I'm gonna stand near this just in case we're about to get... And I think we are. Yep. Here, you will get sucked into the middle, and if you get pulled in, the closer you are in, you may just die. So you want to stand in the webbing, which does hurt you, but not as bad as being sucked into the middle will. And if you don't stand in the webbing, even if you're running away, it's darn near impossible to keep enough distance away to not get badly hurt. But we're doing great, and we've seen all the main scary stuff now. Weevils and magic maggots, I shall spin another web. Yes, more threads to bind you. Get out of the green. I wonder if we're allowed to take her down here, or if we have to break the web again. We might be able to just win. I'm not sure. I think we're going for it. Go for it. Yeah! Why must you wriggle so? You've ruined another web. What manner of prey bites back? I must warn Lord Fordgall. And we are victorious. Wait, Ketchy said something. Is this not a tributary of the White Maiden? We should come upon Mhach if we follow it downstream. Okay. Doesn't seem the safest way to travel, but I'm in. Woo! Ow. I'm not terribly fond of water. It was fun though, Ketchy. All right, now for some more standard ad fights. Although things are starting to look a lot more magical and city-like. Oh my. The preview that I spoke of awaits above. All right, come on. Take out all the black mage corpses. Stay dead, black mages. Thank you. The remaining 3 bosses in this particular branch of the raid still scare me a bit. They got some powerful stuff and lots of mechanics to keep track of. This is a Final Fantasy XI enemy design, by the way. I love them. They were very scary in 11. They'd kill you very easily, but I'm glad the designs persist. For a long time, apparently, within the community, this particular raid was coined the Wiping City of Mhach, because it's just real easy to die if you don't know what you're doing. I feel like of all of the raids, this might be the one I die in, most likely. We aim for that pyramidal structure, but where the void sent, the air is thick with their otherworldly stench. We are coming up on the next boss here. Let's see how much I can remember about Fordgall. Ah, some of you survived. How convenient. I'm in need of fresh souls to shatter the ward. Even empty husks have their uses. See how they dance at my command. So you see those puddles that just happened there? You want to be careful standing in those, because they will inflict you with a zombie status. 1 stack of it is fine, 2 stacks of it, and you turn into a proper zombie, lose control of your character, and start attacking your fellows, and you don't want that. There are going to be some times, though, where 1 stack of zombie is going to be very important to have, and those puddles can provide it. We probably won't see that mechanic till closer to the end, but stay tuned. I will teach those who oppose me the extent of their folly. We all need to stand on these and plug them up before the attack goes off, or this is going to hurt a bunch. As it is, it'll just hurt a little. Stay on it. Your pitiful lives will be mine in due time, but first, you must be punished for your insolence. So far, so good. Solitude weakens the spirit and warps the flesh. Stray from your pack at your peril. So everybody who's got these little red Doritos over their head need to stand near each other. Anyone who doesn't is going to get turned into a toad for a while. Nope, these things are going to explode and inflict that zombie status. So I'm standing clear. My undead toys are so easily broken. Mayhap my minions will prove the sturdier. Oh right, we should get in the center, I think. Or should we? Oh no, that's right, all the zombies got pulled in, that's right. And now we have ads. Of the 3, we should deal with the succubus first, because the succubus has a charming ability, I want to say, that can just really wreck a party if you do not take them out quickly. And the other mechanics will still be going on, of course. Those red targets are about to just get hit with a cascade of attacks, I want to say. No, wait, that's... the ads don't do that, never mind. The ads do a different thing. Yep, do still need to stand in these, though, that's important. Lots to keep track of. You can imagine, like, these are all way easier now because this is somewhat old content and a lot of folks are very high level and wearing much better gear. Oh, I died because of something. I don't know what. Thank you. I don't even know what hit me. My lord warned me that mortals of power might interfere, but you are no threat to me. I reign in the court of the void. Okay, we got a zombie effect happening here, and I only want to get 1 hit of it. Just stand in 1 puddle, because we're about to get hit with Megadeath. Megadeath will insta-kill anybody who does not have 1 stack of that zombie gradual zombification on. And I have 1 stack, so I'm okay. And everyone's okay. Everyone knows what to do. Usually if you get in with just a group of randos, some people are dying to that, for sure. And now these folks are about to get bombarded by a lot of stuff. So they're running that lot of stuff away from the rest of us, which I appreciate. The thing that might have killed me, this boss does have 1 skill that drops everyone's health down to like 1, which is sort of the healer panic time. Oh right, we need to stand near the zombie thing, because Megadeath is coming. But just 1 stack of it, oh boy. Now we have, do I have enough? I have 1. Is that enough? Am I good? Am I safe? I am alive, yay! It's a miracle. Ah, how sweet the rancid breeze of the Underhells. Its winds that strip you to the bone. And that's the thing reducing all our health to near nothing. Just to give our healers a scare. But now we need to go plug up these things, but also stand close to each other. I'm just gonna be a frog today. It's just how it's gonna be. I am now Frog. But I am Frog who is standing where they're told. And we win! Oh, after so long, I'm arisen. I will not be buried here. All right, just 1 death for me. I'll take it. The point is we win. You gotta come prepared. I'm glad I studied up in advance. I'd have been dying everywhere.
Ah, the wonders of the Mhach architecture. 15 centuries and a flood later, and still it stands.
Yeah, sounds like a real fun place to live and be. Alright, so this is just kind of a mini boss fight, but there are still some mechanics to it. We'll need to coordinate. Where's my tank? Okay, cool. We need to split up into our 3 groups, because we're going to need to each go to a different platform, because we're going to be separated, and there's different things that need to get killed in each one. Body of rock from rough stone hewn, chipped with chisel and marked by rune. So we can attack this thing now, but I'm still just going to stand over here. Because now we have a void fire. We need to kill. Be dead. There we go. And now... Are we free? Nope, another ad. Free, all right, now we can go help, I think. I'm still gonna stay kind of on this side since I can attack from range, but... just in case. Keep hitting it. Hit it till it's dead. Mind of spells, engraved instruction, given life to wreak destruction. And now we all need to stand inside this shield, because otherwise we're all going to die. As soon as that flaring epigraph spell goes off. And while we wait, I'll just drink some tea. Thank you for the tea break, enemy. I needed it desperately. Departing now, the Maker's spark. A shattered face, stone eyes grown dark. I appreciate any antagonist who commits to a rhyme scheme. And the Gruntilda way of life.
Barring our way is a terrible sphere that has devoured the entire cities. We must prove the stronger if we're to reach the Nullstone.
Hey, Final Fantasy IX fans, are you ready for a treat? I hope you are. For me, this is very scary, but for you, well, I'm a Final Fantasy IX fan as well. I can't lie. Where am I supposed to head? That way, right. We need to split up to our 3 platforms. And stay split up, because there's lots of mechanics to keep track of and do. Get psyched, everyone. Say hello to Ozma. The trickiest super boss of Final Fantasy IX, entirely optional. And we're going to fight it. And it has a lot of mechanics in different forms, and we'll see how many I remember. We're going to need to use these platforms, all parts of it, and also these little ring spaces in between, in order to be very cautious. They're marking this up very thoroughly so that everyone knows what to do and where to go. This corner and that spot are going to be very important for some AoE attacks we're going to get hit with. The people targeted with those need to move to that spot so that these huge AoEs do not overlap, and everyone else needs to just like get to a corner, getting away from them. 2 people from each party are going to get hit with that, which is why we're spacing them out across the ring, so everyone knows where to go. Again, just imagine the coordination required for groups to do this when this stuff was current content, and you weren't drastically overgeared. Fun challenges for people who are into that kind of thing. Everyone's coordinating in chat, getting their plans together, but I think we're ready now. Begin fights. Against Ozma! Defeat the orb! Am I one of them? Nope, great. It's their job. And they've carried it dutifully to the proper spot. Because a proximity damaging thing is going to come from there, and then an ad, which we need to deal with. Burn down the ad quick like. And then back to orb. Well done, crew. exactly correct. But now, Ozma's doing a form change and becoming a pyramid, for which we need to move. Get off of that platform. You'll see why in a sec. There it is. Now we can move in closer. Ozma has higher defense during this phase, but that's fine. And now back to orb. Okay. Whoa! Now we get sucked in. And now we've got a little middle phase thing here. Remember the Atomos fights that we instantly burned through in the Crystal Tower? This works the same way. Some of us need to stand on these platforms so that the adjacent ones can actually take damage. We're all relying on each other here to have people standing on the platforms so those shields are down. But these are just little mini bosses, kind of in our way temporarily, and then we can all move further in. To Ozma Shade. Ponder the orb, everyone. It is a beautiful thing. Oop, don't be looking at it too much, though. Ponder respectfully. And there we go. Into the orb we go. And we're back. To burn it down. Cube form. For that, we need to stand very close, but not so close we fall off. Can't see myself too small. And that's why. Because it will hurt. Oh, and now folks are running because we gotta intercept those. That's right, I almost forgot that thing. Here comes an orb. Swinging around. I'll let Lionel get that one. Lots to keep track of, but we're doing very well. And now the orb is back. And I'm one of the ones targeted. Okay, I will take it down here, while Kokoro runs it over there. And now I run back in so I don't hurt too bad. Ouch. Hurt a little bit, but we're okay. Then burn down ads, and back to business. We're going to win. And Pyramid, get to the ring. Almost down, and I'm not targeted this time, so I'm staying in. Almost dead, and come on. Yeah, good job. Now we just jump into the center. Whee! And ascend. That's a good boss.
This is it, the Tomb of the Nullstone. There will be a guardian. There's always a guardian.
Noted. But now for the final boss of this wing. Here you go, Final Fantasy V fans. Cutscene. I fell behind. Hold on. Give me a second. Say hello to Califisteri, everyone. Lots of hair-based attacks with this one that you gotta watch out for. And here we go. Know your slayer, intruders. I am Califisteri, and by the blood of Void Sent have I ascended to the sublime. Behold my magnificent mane. These curls are blades that cut and roots that drain. Here comes the haircut. It's a very wide, damaging AoE, so you gotta really, really pay attention. You don't want to be near that hair. Oop, hair on this side now. Don't be on the side with the hair. So far, so good, though. Shall I share my luscious locks with you? Please no. Oop. Let's get away from that. That's a lot of stuff, and I don't even remember what all of it does. Let's burn down the orbs, though. That feels like a safe bet, yeah? Yeah, I think the people who got targeted with the red markers are getting hit with just a big succession of AoEs that really hammers them for a while and that they need to carry away from other people so that it doesn't burn down too many people. Also, people who get hit by that can get trapped, which is not great. Lots to watch out for, but the shield is down. Have you ever witnessed such coiffed perfection? The edges of my tresses are sharper than swords. Someone has picked a theme. Why do you yet stand? I've supped on the void. What ungodly power swims in your veins? Whoa, big hair. Big hair. Yep, look out for that. Okay, so now we got some of these things. We need to stand near the ones that look like axes, because they're going to do a little donut swipe around them very soon. The bulb ones are going to do a circle AoE around themselves, so you definitely don't want to be standing next to those. Simple enough for now. There'll be some more layered on top of that later. Oh, hair. Hair! Look out. Do you dare face the halo of my unleashed glory? Yeah. That was the move I needed to watch out for. I got pulled in. I will probably die here. When that move happens, you're supposed to run to the outer edges, so you don't get pulled in like I did. We're fine, though. Honestly, I expected to just be insta-killed for that. I'm grateful for their lenience. Oop, there's about to be a big slash. We should go to these corners, I think. I feel safer here. Okay, I don't feel safe anymore. Ouch. Come on, burn her down. Yeah, there we go. Victory! Second raid complete. Yay, go team. Fashionably done as always. The wiping city of Mhach is defeated. Yay! Good job, all of you. You looked great and you did great. Thank you so much for making the time to accompany me. I'm gonna get out there and continue the story because we've got a third raid wing and a third group to join up with. So I'll see you all outside. So this is the heart of the ruins, huh? done a fine job dismantling the defenses, Derman. I only wish we could say we had the same success, but Rodley and her talons were nowhere to be found.
Yes, it is quite distressing, but we must focus on claiming the prize at hand. The Nullstone is ours.
Mwahahaha. You've left me such an inviting trail of destruction to follow. Who's this? Ah. I see you found the relic then. Wonderful. Lord Diabolos will be so pleased. And look here, I've brought you a gift as thanks for all your hard work. This is the lovely lass you've been oh so desperately seeking, isn't it? Unless you wish to see her rent limb from limb, then you will hand over the Nullstone. You think I care about her worthless limbs? That woman's done naught but cause us grief, and I just thought to crow over her grave. Don't give me that look, Rodlea. What? You thought I was here to save your sorry hide? You've never been aught but an obstacle to me. You remember the first time we met? You were roaring with laughter at the sight of all them Allagan relics until I used your pretty blonde head as a stepping stone. Damn you, you selfish bastard! And damn me for expecting you to act any different. If I had my weapons, I'd blow a bloody hole in your belly. Have you forgotten how awful a shot you are? Not much of a threat when I've seen you miss the side of a cathedral at 10 yalms. Silence, you grinning fool. You've ruined my moment, and now I'll ruin your smirking face. Now, puss! What? It burns!
This world is not your stage, unholy Harlequin. Begone from our realm.
Gah. A clever farce, mortals. But the show's not over. Not until you scream. Oh, the bugger got away. And I think we best do the same. Bat. Ah, here we are. Home sweet flying place that I'm jealous of, frankly. Good job, Ketchy.
The Lady Pirate is saved, and the Nullstone is ours. That all went rather well, did it not?
I agree. Extremely so. No wipes, only one death on my part. Quite the win, I'd say. Now that was some excitement, wasn't it, Derman? Probably a little too much for Rodlea, but we gave her a bed to sleep off the worst of her ordeal. She'll likely be back to her usual cheerful self in no time. quite a successful jaunt, all told. You and me, we make a pretty good partnership. Cat does not agree. But I got words for you, Furball. You said that relic would obliterate a void scent completely. Seems to me that foppish fiend just got scorched before he slipped away.
Oh, that was scarcely a fraction of the Nullstone's true power. Once I've learned how to unleash its full potential, such demons shall be consumed like gnats caught on a bonfire.
So you're telling me our secret weapon ain't ready for battle? You might as well be wielding a blunted sword.
Might I remind you that this blunted sword stung our foe sufficiently to free the Lady Pirate, a result we could not have achieved with your blustering words alone.
I was ready to flee without Rodley if things took a turn for the worse. But you're right. You had the presence of mind to take advantage of my bluff, and it was your actions that saved her in the end.
Cat does not trust this.
Ah, there we go. Another job pretty well done. Was that it for this branch? Or is there one more? There might be one more. Just in case. It all worked out in the end, but I've just had about enough of Leoford's folly. Ugh, I must have said that 100 times by now. I imagine that must be a regular feeling for everyone here. Leoford wishes you to join him in his questioning of Rodlea. Very well. We might be waiting a while before Rodlea finally decides to wake up. But not so long that you got time to flit away on some other adventure. Come join me in my quarters. We can ask her a few questions as soon as she's ready to talk. Okay. Alright, there's a bit more then. So be it. And here we are again. Oh there, Derman. Might as well make yourself comfortable while we wait on Rodlea. Besides, after fighting through them ruins, I'll wager you could use the rest. I sure could. And more water. Hang on. Where's the rest of my crew? Surely there were other survivors. Tell me, Rodlea, what drove you to risk exploring old Mhach? The compass sent you there, aye, but you were after the Void Ark. You knew something, didn't you? I found a book. We were looting these strange ruins in the Sea of Clouds, and one of the lads dug up a tome. It had passages that described the Void Ark, and a powerful relic called the Nullstone.
A tome scribed by a Mhachi sorcerer, mayhap? Captain, would you happen to know the author of this work? Captain, would you happen to know the author of this work? The words are muddled by obscuring magics, and 1,500 years have faded its pages. There is much that remains illegible, but what little my darling cutthroat and I could decipher suggests it was written by a mage of exceptional status. See for yourself. If what the book says is true, the Ark is a source of immeasurable power. With that ship under my command and the mysteries of Mhach in my possession, I had thought to crown myself Queen of the Skies. And look how well that turned out. What manner of sky pirate, what manner of queen can't even keep her own crew alive? Rodlea, is it not? Would I be correct in assuming that you seek revenge against the Void Scent who slaughtered your comrades?
Of course I want revenge. That hell-spawned shite gobbler killed my crew. If he were here right now, I'd gouge out his eyes and choke him to death with my bare, bloody hands.
You are not alone in your desire to bring an end to these abominations, Captain. Will you not join us in our endeavor to secure peace for the skies? Will you not join the Talon's strength to ours?
What strength? The way things are right now, I doubt I could keep the peace in a monastery. This has not to do with personal grudges either. I just don't have the men. All my best fighters died in the ruins, and the dregs that are left are scarce sharp enough to be called talons. Did you leave your spine back in them ruins, Rodleia? You've had your wings clipped, and no mistake, but that's no reason to give up the life. I thought we'd rescued a sky pirate, not some cur that turns tail when her pack ain't there to bite for her. I know what you're trying to do, Redbill, but I've lost my taste for glory. You can have the cursed book, just be sure to make that bastard pay. Hey, Furball, how quickly do you think you can decipher that ratty old tome? I need you to figure out how exactly your relic works. You sent that one fiend squealing in fear, but that ain't enough. From what you've told me, we'll need to aim for some of that obliteration if we're gonna take on the Shadow Queen. The rest of you, put everything you got into what you do best, be that research or blade work. Overdoing it is doing it just right, if you get my meaning. I'll decorate my walls with void synth heads if I have to. The skies should belong to no one. I have been wondering about that portrait. Pat, you're so cute. He's even doing the Final Fantasy VIII thing. That's how it looks when you summon Diabolos in Final Fantasy VIII, by the way. The Nullstone hath fallen into mortal hands. 1,000 apologies, Lord Diablos. I shall personally wring each and every one of their scrawny necks. The time for skulking in shadows hath ended. I am grown weary of these meddling vermin. The power of the Shadow Queen waxeth full. Soon mine ardent desire shall pass from dream into dark reality. And there we go. Probably. Is that it for part 2? And there we are. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope you're enjoying this little detour we're doing, because we got one more day of it. I will see you on Friday for the conclusion of the Shadows of Mhach raid series. Do take care, and I will see you then. Goodbye!